Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. Today we discuss about VRRP, Virtual Router and Redundancy Protocol. Virtual Router Redundancy Protocol, VRRP. So it's a very short topics. And first, we understand what is it and when we configure this protocol. And last one, how to configure this protocol in our router. Okay, so first see the scenario. VRRP means virtual router redundancy protocol. Basically, multiple router participate in VRRP routing domain. That's why it's called election protocol. And someone is designated router or master router, and other one will be the backup router or secondary router. See the figure here is the router 1 and the router 2. Router 1 and router 2 is connected with single switch, and multiple user is connected with the switch. So if one router goes down, it may be due to power, it may be software crash, or it may be link down. Okay, any reason. If one router goes down, another router will take over. Another router will take over. That means user A or this LAN user not disconnect from internet. Not disconnect from internet. So that is the reason to configure VRRP in this gateway router. Okay. So if you want to increase availability of your network, if you consider the redundancy, so you need to configure VRRP in that scenario. Okay. So this is the main key points, main or key points to deploy VRRP. See here, there is one subnet here, just for example. It's a subnet. User A and B is connected with this subnet. See here, router 1 gateway IP is .2 and router 2 gateway IP is .3. That means IP is 172.25.100.3 and router 1 IP is 100.1. Okay, so if you configure this PC, and use your gateway IP is .2, that means this user traffic travel through router 1. Okay, if this user you use gateway IP is .3, this user traffic will travel through this router. If any one goes down, consider router 1 is down. So user A not getting internet. User A not getting internet. So what is the solution? You have multiple router, but have no redundancy. Okay. So if we consider VRRP here, so when we configure VRRP in router 1 and router 2, There is another router will be there as a virtual router. When we configure VRRP between router 1 and router 2, in these two router, we will get another virtual router. Another virtual router. So this user will use gateway IP is virtual router gateway IP address. Virtual router gateway IP address. User B also use virtual router gateway IP address. In that case, if one physical router goes down, virtual router will just switch over to another router. That means if master router goes down, virtual router will be attached to backup router. If master router up, virtual router will again to attach to master router. It will happen automatically. Okay. So if we configure VRRP, your redundancy and availability will be increased. So here we use master router, VRRP router, backup router, and virtual router. What is the meaning of VRRP router? See here, router 1 and router 2 participating in VRRP or participate in VRRP. So both router you can call VRRP router. Both router is VRRP router. And what is the master router? Basically, master router actually the active router. This router will forward traffic of the specified or specified LAN subnet. This router is the master router, and backup router is VRRP router. It's just have role a secondary router. It's the backup router. And the virtual router is the virtual entity that function as the default router on LAN. That means virtual router is the basically um, uh, the default router who is have the default gateway. We use the default gateway to user. This virtual router provide one virtual IP address and the respective MAC address so that user can connect and getting internet. Okay, so this is the terms and concept to deploy VRRP. VRRP communication details part 1. Basically, VRRP communicate through the multicast address. Multicast address. Here we see two router. You can consider more than two. Okay, you can consider more than two, but one will be the master, another will be the backup. Okay, and those router will communicate with multicast address. The multicast address is 224.0.0.18. And this router local detail will be 255 because this is directly connected router. Directly network is this LAN network is directly connected with this router. That's why the local network detail will be 255. Uses set interval every second by default. That means they are communicating with each other within a second. Okay. And second part is you can option this is the optional parameter. You can configure authentication between the VRRP router. This is the optional parameter. You can configure or not, no issue. Okay. But if you maintain the security, if you want to maintain the security, you can configure authentication. Normally, virtual MAC address format for VRRP, virtual MAC address format is this. This is basically specified for VRRP. This format only used in VRRP domain. Okay. Determining the master router. How to elect the master router. How to elect the master router. So one key value is priority. One key value is priority. Okay. The default priority is 100 and the maximum priority is 255. If you want router 1 will be the master router, you can set the priority value 255. In that case, router 1 will be the master router. If you configure router to priority value 100 or more than 100 like 200, this router will be the backup router because the maximum value is 255. So how to make master router in VRRP? The priority value. Higher priority value will be the winner or will be preferred. Higher priority value router will be the master router and lower priority value will be the backup router. Okay. So see here the election R1 priority is 200, R2 priority is 100. Compare these two value. The higher value is the master and the lower value is the backup. So this is the VRRP state when you configure the VRRP in the in these two router 1 and router 2. First state is initialize state. So in initialize state, router negotiates the VRRP roles through startup events. No forwarding can be performed while in this state. This is the initial state. Just you configure VRRP in this router. Master. Router assumes traffic forwarding responsibility for the LAN and respond to ARP request. That means those are active router. Master router is the active router and take responsibility for traffic. And the backup router is just monitor the master router. Master router goes down or not. If down, backup router will be the master router. And last one state is transition state. Router switches between master and backup state. When one router goes down, that master ship will switch over to another router. This is uh, this is the transition state. This state is the transition state. When master router up, backup router just transfer the master role to master router. So this is also the transition state. In initialization and transition state, no packet will be forward. Okay. This is the sample configuration. So just a very simple configuration basically. Just go to the interface, set the IP address, set the VRRP group. You can choose the group number and the virtual IP address. Virtual IP address will be this subnet and a valid IP address and set the priority value. Priority value, default value is 100 and maximum value is 255. So router 1, this is the 170.25 100. /24 subnet. Here is I use here 3 and use here 2, and the virtual IP is 101. Okay, same subnet. All are in same subnet. Okay, and the priority here 200. So which one will be the master router? Router 1 or router 2? Which one will be the master router? Hello? Which one will be the master router? You configure router 2 priority 100 and router 1 priority 200. So which one will be the master router? Router 2 or router 1? Router 1 will be the master router because this priority value is higher. Okay. So next, this is the and some additional configuration you can add. Suppose this link is okay, this link is okay, your router is also okay, but your one connectivity goes down. Your one connectivity goes down. In that case, this router one not sense. This router one not sense. This link goes down if VRRP configured with the upstream. If you configure VRRP with the upstream or internet service provider, in that case, R1 automatically detect. Normally, we configure VRRP in LAN side. Okay, LAN side, not the WAN side. So the router one will not detect. Their WAN connectivity goes down, and user A or user B continuously send traffic to router 1 because router 1 is a master router. In that case, if one connectivity goes down, you can decrease your priority. If you decrease your priority like 200 minus 110, that means those when link down, the router on priority will be 90 and the backup router priority is 100. So router 2 will be the master router. In that case, user A user's traffic will travel through backup router, that means router 2. Okay, so for this case, you can use track option to monitor your WAN interface. To monitor your WAN interface. If WAN interface goes down, just decrease your priority value and so that those priority value less than the backup router priority value. So that backup router will be the master router and master router will be the backup router. And another optional parameter, accept data. You can use accept data. Enable master router to respond to internet control messaging protocol request to send VIP address by default. Master router does not respond. For ICMP, you can use the accept data, this parameter. Okay. You can also configure the authentication. You can also configure the authentication option. Authenticates VRRP message between VRRP routers. Type and key must match on all VRRP routers in the same group. Okay, this is the optional. No print. Disable preemption to avoid unwanted mastership changes. If you configure no preempt, that means mastership automatically not change. Consider master router goes down. So in that case, backup router will be the master router. All traffic goes through the router 2. If master router 1 up, this mastership will not automatically transfer to router 1 if you configure no preempt. Okay. So preemption is enabled by default, which means the router with the highest priority always assumes the master role. So uh, you configure no preempt, or it's basically depends on your production requirement. But by default, preempt is enabled, and I think that is perfect for any production environment. How to check the VRRP operation? Just place the command show VRRP summary, and you can see which one is the master router and which one is the backup router. Okay, so that's all for VRRP. So now we are going to our lab. Okay, in our lab section, see here, there is two router 2, and here is router 3. We choose here subnet is 192.168.11.0/24. I use here 11.2, and I in router 2. In router 3, I use here 11.3, and our virtual IP address will be 11.1. So this is my subnet. It's a Swiss and it's a PC. PC IP address will be 11.101, and the gateway IP is the virtual router gateway IP address. Okay, so check the configuration. First one, um, it's a it's time 12. Okay. Basically, as first one, it's a VMX. Okay. I configure VMX as a Swiss. Okay. So first, how to configure this one? First, I show you. Show this plus that. This is the default configuration. Okay. So remove the default configuration first. Delete logical router 2 and delete interface and set the device name. Device host name is SW1. Wait. So this device is a Swiss. So in that case, consider we configure VLAN 1 and all port is under VLAN 1. Okay. So how to make this one? Set interface. My first interface is G0 G-0 family unit 0 family. This interface family layer 2 basic parameters brace and interface mode set here access. Okay, and the VLAN ID will be 1, and another interface is 1 and 2. So just copy this one brace, and another interface is 2. Another interface is 2. Perfect. So need to assign the VLAN ID. So first one is interface 1, another interface is 2. basically, and the all port are layer 3 port. Now I convert layer 3 port to layer 2 port. Okay, so sure, discuss that interface first, access, and which VLAN will be access? VLAN 1. Access VLAN 1, access VLAN 1. Okay. Next, edit routing instance virtual choice 1, set instance type virtual switch. Okay, virtual switch. And your interface is in virtual switch, which interface is in virtual switch 0, 1, and 2. These three interface will be the layer 2 port. That's 1 and 2. Then set need to create VLAN. Okay. Now need to create VLAN. How to create VLAN? First, set the bridge domain and set here bridge domain name virtual switch 1, virtual switch 1, and the bridge domain is 1. This is user defined name. You can define any name here and set the VLAN ID. VLAN ID is 1. So sure, display 7. So first you have to set the instance type is virtual switch and include the interface which will be layer 2 port and create the VLAN. Okay, it's done. Run show bridge make table. See here, routing instance virtual switch 1, bridging domain is virtual switch 1, base domain 1, VLAN ID is 1. Um, I'm getting MAC address from Z0 by 0 by 0 and another MAC address is coming from J0 by 0 by 2. So this device act as a switch. Okay. Next, I want to configure BMX to router root what is ready. Then I edit. So my interface is 3. Edit interface GE 0 by 0 by 3. Unit 0. Show here. See here. Set description SW1. Show. So set the description. I set here IP address 11.2/24. VRRP group is 10 and the virtual IP address is 11.1 and here priority is 200. Okay, so check the router 3 root 1 3 CLI edit interface G0 by 0 by 3 unit 0. So see here set description switch 1. Show IP address configured here 11.3 but VRRP group is 10. Similar group number group is 10 and virtual IP address is 11.1. and here priority is 100. Okay, so my router configuration done. Next, I configure PC. Okay, so now need to configure PC root 123. This PC basically a VMX router. Okay, so display set. I configure one IP address 11.101/24 and set the default gateway to 11.1. Okay, so if I send message run ping 11.1, not getting this one. So try to 11.2. 11.2 is working. 3 3 is working, but 1 is not working. So what is the reason? So check this one. First, check the MAC table. See here, uh, you get MAC address from port 1, port 2, and port 0. And see here, virtual MAC address. This is the virtual MAC address. 00:005E. This is the virtual MAC address. That means they are communicating. Run show VRRP summary. This is the master router. Router 2 is the master router. So VRRP summary again. This is the backup router. Okay. This is the VRRP state. This is the backup router. So again, 11.1 virtual IP is 11.1. I configure here 192.168.11.1. It's okay. Virtual IP is 11.1, 11.3. Everything is working. I getting ping. No, it's working. 3 is working. Should work 1 also. Somehow it's not working. Means let's press that. 11.2 virtual IP is this one. And so press start IP store. That going to 11.2. It's working, but not getting ICMP to 192.168.11.1. Run show arm. Yes, I also resolved the virtual MAC address, virtual IP address, but not getting ping. So need to enable accept. Need to enable accept, I think. VRRP group. Edit. Sure. Set the accept keyword. Accept data. Okay. So set here accept and commit. So go to the router 3. So display site. VRRP group 10. Edit. Set accept data. Okay. Commit and try again. Yes, success. So here see accept data. In slide I also share accept data. Accept data, if you not configure the accept data, you will not getting ICMP. Okay, you will not getting ICMP. So if enable master router to respond to the internet control message, that means ICMP request. Okay, if you want ICMP request from master router, so need to enable accept data. Need to enable accept data. So now reaching 11.1 and my ARP is okay. Virtual MAC address, this is the virtual MAC address and this is the virtual IP address. And my VRRP status is okay. My VRRP status, now VRRP summary, this is the master router. So you can see here details, show VRRP detail or extensive. You can place this command to show details. Okay, so say here this is the interface and it's the basically communication, and this is the priority you configured. Priority is 200 and the group number is 10, and this router is the master router. Okay, this router is the master router. So you can set your detail. That is perfect command for checking. Say here the group number is 10 and the state is backup, and group number 10 the state is master, because the priority is 200 and here the priority is 100. Okay, if I want to make PMX3 is the master router, in that case you can set interface G0 by 0 by 3 unit 0 family inet address 192, and the RRP group is 10 and the priority is 255. Okay, so I said here maximum priority 255 can only be used when the interface IP address is used as the virtual IP address. So okay, I less the priority 250, no issue. So check again. This router is the backup router. Sometimes ago, this router was master router, but now this is backup router because priority is lower than the master router, 250. So that's all. If you have any question, please ask me. Any question regarding today's topics? VRRP? Okay, no question. Okay, thank you.